I'm the inventor of LadderBlock, and I will be your guide on a high-level tour of the innovative features and real advantages that LadderBlock will bring to this project. So, if you are ready, let's begin. LadderBlock's not just more of the same old precast. We stand alone in offering immediate stability, continuous insulation, and fast assembly. We will structure all the buildings. Public spaces may utilize the LadderBlock platform system, but most of the construction will be with the LadderBlock insulated wall system, designed for precision and strength of connections, for ease of transport, and for ease of handling. LadderBlock goes together cleanly and quickly. Think of it as bolt-up concrete, building blocks. Compare the insertion of bolts through precision cast holes to the shoring and field welds of conventional precast. LadderBlock uses overlapping rigid joints that plumb and square each other and provide immediate stability, compared to conventional precast, which is a heavy house of cards that would fall but for the braces. These frames were designed as exposed architectural structure. The frame for this structure went up in just 2.5 days at the rate of about 5 blocks per hour, and the same structure in its final form. The metric set we developed in Dubai greatly expanded the reach and the versatility of the LadderBlock platform system. This LadderBlock platform solution for a high-rise building with irregular geometry and varying floor-to-floor heights was compared directly to a companion structure that was cast in situ with post-tension slabs. The LadderBlock solution is clean and straightforward. White indicates the LadderBlock precast framing. Brown indicates the same core walls that were used in the companion cast in situ structure. And orange shows where cast in situ column additions or super columns are added to increase capacity as needed in the lower portions of the tower. This LadderBlock platform solution was analyzed by the developers, architects, and engineers, as well as by 2 independent engineering firms, to look at cost, material usage, and time requirements in direct comparison with the cast in situ post-tension companion structure. Now, as for the results of the independent analysis, LadderBlock yielded a 5 to 10% cost savings. 10 to 15% of the material that would otherwise have gone into the building never had to be shipped to the site. 40% of the time to erect the structure was saved, and that yielded a 16% overall time savings on the project. And this is on a project that wasn't really a very good candidate for precast. Not bad. This is the LadderBlock solution for a 165,000 square meter apartment building for a worker housing unit with the exterior walls coming up and a finish out. But in residential applications where you have small spaces, a load-bearing wall system just makes more sense. In comes the LadderBlock insulated wall system. Immediate stability, continuous insulation, and speed. Precast concrete fingers are interlaced at a joint. Centering pipe, shown green, temporarily fixes their position, and the joint is pinned with continuous steel, shown red. The steel centering pipe engages and holds the position of the joined walls. To pull one of the walls out of the joint would require that the steel pipe be sheared. Variations of the centering pipe accommodate 2, 3, and 4 wall connections, providing stability at each intermediate step of assembly. So with an insulated corner joint, a 3-wall joint, a 4-wall joint, a beam bearing corner, and stair blocks, we have a set of building blocks that can be used to build virtually anything, quickly and simply. It's easy to understand the strength of a LadderBlock wall joint. Just lace your fingers together like this. Now try to pull them apart. It's an inherently strong joint. What would it take to pull just one finger out of the joint? You'd either have to shear the vertical pin across two surfaces or break off the end of the finger along with the rebar that's cast into it. The pin's continuous to the foundation and will be encased in grout. After erection, each joint is fitted with standard forms and pumped full of grout. That protects the vertical steel from corrosion and locks the joint tight to provide excellent performance and strength. In taller structures, or ones where large lateral forces are expected, additional vertical steel and continuity steel can be built into the structure. This is in addition to the reinforcement that's inside every building block. For even higher strength, bars can become post-tension steel strands. This is the LadderBlock solution following the architect's plan for the Saudi National Housing Program villas. We understand they're planning on building a few of these units. And these are other examples of LadderBlock solutions that followed the architect's plans for villas in the Middle East and North Africa. So we can build villas, but we like multifamily even better. This is a LadderBlock solution for townhouses for the Wave in Oman, where we match the architect's plan perfectly. And for affordable housing in Morocco. LadderBlock solutions deliver quality and speed that can't be matched by conventional construction. Parts can be produced with special finishes that minimize future maintenance. Let's build this villa together. Now, before LadderBlock arrives, there's just a slab. The first thing we do is mark off the lines that represent the face of wall and center of dowel holes. Drill the dowel holes, and then set plastic shims on the slab to give level bearing surfaces for each wall panel that's going to be set. The first wall panel is set and braced, and then the second wall panel is erected and braced off of the first panel as described previously. The centering pin stabilizes the wall and then is lowered into the third wall finger as it enters the joint. As the fourth wall is brought in, the centering pin drops down to its full depth and the vertical rebar pin is installed, dropping into the hole previously drilled in the slab. Walls are shipped to the site in the same order in which they'll be erected, and the erection crews are working with drawings that are similar to these. So the work is very straightforward and very productive. It doesn't take much time for a LadderBlock erection crew member to learn the work, get through the learning curve, and achieve maximum productivity. So the construction goes together quickly and smoothly. Here come the precast stair units, and then the last two walls that are unique at this level. The remainder are mirror images of walls that have just been erected. All those walls in just two lonely braces. Conventional construction has braces going everywhere, so you can't even walk. With LadderBlock, you can walk and you can work. Setting the hollow core panels for the first floor is even more straightforward. Again, the panels are shipped in order. The braces now removed. They could have been removed earlier, but now they'll be in the way of installing the next panels. So the hollow core is brought across, quickly establishing the first floor level. But let's pause here a second. Look at that insulation, wrapping the interior space in a continuous blue blanket. Conventional precast drawings show the insulation is stopping short of every edge of the wall panel. Those are called thermal bridges, where the heat and cold pass in and out. The LadderBlock space is comfortable and energy efficient. Continuing now with hollow core installation. Before you know it, we have the first floor of one side of the duplex unit, mirror image the other side, and layout lines for the first floor wall panels, the installation of which proceeds just as it did at the ground floor. We know that our competitors on the project shown intend to set 6 wall panels per day. We also know that we can set 4 or 5 wall panels per hour. So that means that for each villa a competitor completes, LadderBlock will complete 5 villas in the same time. And the more repetitive the work, the more efficiently we can do it. You know, I've been studying and analyzing and designing structures for 30 years now. And the ideas that went into the inventions that are now LadderBlock were really around the question of why can't we build in a style that's closer to building with a child's block set than by the painfully slow and tedious methods of conventional construction. 10 years ago, it was just an idea, but a lot of hard work by a great team of people has transformed that idea into a concrete reality. A reality that allows homes that are needed to be built more quickly and with higher quality, with more strength. If you're familiar with conventional building practices, you recognize now that LadderBlock represents a revolution in building construction. A revolution that's poised to help build the future now. So that completes the assembly of this 2-villa unit and allows the crane to move on to the next job site. Follow-up work includes grouting the dowels and the hollow core joints, sealing the exterior panel joints, and grouting all the finger joints as described previously. So the completed structure is tied together and solid. Exterior walls are shown smooth and flat here, but they could incorporate any number of finishes or textures. And so, Your Honor, I rest my case. I hope I've left no doubt in your mind that LadderBlock stands apart from the crowd, and that it does so by offering immediate stability, by wrapping the built space in continuous insulation, and by enabling speed of construction that can't be matched by anybody. There is, however, one question left unanswered. What is the ideal LadderBlock project? Well, I can tell you, it's one that involves lots of repetition of elements. There's a lot of work that goes into developing a fully coordinated and engineered block set design for a given building. And we like to use that work lots of times. We like contiguous construction, so our cranes don't have to demobilize, they just move to the next job site. And we like a project where the owner has a focus on quality and speed, because those are the 2 greatest values that we bring to the table. On behalf of LadderBlock, I'd like to thank you for your time and for your attention, and for giving us the opportunity to build for you.